That's all right.
We don't have much to talk about.
Just the main important stuff.
Right. Did you enjoy the camp out?
Yeah, we had a good weekend. It's a little cold the night before. Friday night was. But last night wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we had a pretty good frost on the ground.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys coming over next weekend or?
No, my brother's got an event at his house.
Oh, okay. So is it just us so far or?
Yeah, I bet we don't have many more. Several of the kids are both the Etling boys, AJ, Lucas, Emma. They're all at Teagan is at basketball. Who else? That's about it. So we'll it's just now 7. We'll give people like 4 or 5 minutes, then we'll get rolling and we'll fulfill our requirement of having a meeting. How about?
There we go.
This is a whole lot more convenient than going to the village hall and meeting for nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So Bree helped us yesterday. We processed 75 chickens.
Did you?
Yes.
Wow.
We kept 8. We have 8 left to get rid of. It was a lot of chickens yesterday.
That sounds like a lot of chicken and dumplings.
We had fried chicken gizzards tonight.
Did you?
Yeah, they were good.
They were really good.
We pressure cooked them to get them soft and then deep fried them.
There you go.
Deep fry them.
Or I'm sorry.
I couldn't deep fry them.
Skillet, whatever. They were pretty good.
Yeah, there's so many different ways of making them. It's a little fun.
Well, last time Angie thought that they were a little tough, so
I got sick. They were gross.
We pressure cooked them this time. Well, there's some Havrillas jumping on.
There we go.
Hi guys.
Might actually have some youth. And do I see Allie in the passenger seat of the Morrison truck?
Hi, Allie.
That would be Allie right there.
Allie, you gonna lead us in the pledge? You might have to do it because I don't know it.
Does it start off with a giggle?
I think she knows. I think she knows how to say "I pledge," and then from there we'll have to.
And some more giggles.
All right, we'll give people about 2 more minutes, and then we'll start. How's Mr. Havrilla?
Doing good. Kids will be here momentarily. We're getting ready to head to Florida.
We don't have a whole lot to go over tonight. This is mainly just to fulfill our meeting requirements.
Okay.
So we won't be long, I promise.
Not a problem.
There's one more jumping in. I'm just glad we can do it this way instead of having to drive to the hall and do all that jazz. I don't mind doing it like this.
Dougie's heading home.
I'm connected. What? Hold on the video.
There's James.
Okay. Are you on? Yeah.
Hi, James.
Hi, James.
Hi.
All right. I think we can get started. What do you think, guys?
I think let's do it.
We will not be very long tonight. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
With the Owensville Winners on? All right.
Yeah.
So we'll get started. We're only going to cover a few things tonight. Announcements, just to remind people to send out buyer letters. If you didn't send something to your buyer and say thank you. If you haven't got your check, then let us know and we can help out. But I think everybody should have checks by now. Our finance report, we'll go into that. What projects are you doing next year and new members? So we currently have $407. We haven't spent any money in the last month. We haven't deposited any money, but that's about $370 more than we had at this time last year. So that's progress. Next year's projects. So we'll give whoever's with us a chance. What are you thinking about doing next year? We'll go to the top. Allie, it's coming to you.
I'm showing 2 steers and
2 pigs.
2 steers. What kind of steers? Fat ones or young ones?
Fat ones.
2 fat steers
Yeah.
and 2 pigs.
Yeah.
What kind of pigs do you want to show? Would you rather show gilts or barrows? If you got to pick.
2 boys.
2 boys.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see, James, you're at the bottom. You're on mute right now. You want to unmute? You got any idea what you? Do you know what you're thinking about doing next year?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do a pygmy goat and 2 meat goats.
A pygmy goat and 2 meat goats. All right. That sounds good. And Mr. Havrilla, do you know what your guys are thinking about doing?
Yeah, they're going to do calves again, and I think they want to do pigs too this year.
Pigs.
Yep.
Always with
And
the pigs.
goats.
And goats.
Yep.
That sounds like a lot.
Yep.
I hear you.
And Bree, can you hear us? Can you hear us now, Bree?
I can.
Good. All right. So we're talking about what we're doing next year. So what do you guys think you're doing next year? I know your boys are at basketball.
Cattle,
Okay.
sheep, and goats.
Cattle, sheep, and goats.
Yep.
No pigs next year?
Probably not now.
Oh, there's Mr. McCreary. And what cattle projects are you going to do? Fat steers or heifers, or what are they going to show?
We're not real sure yet. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay. And Eli, I see you jumped in. Could you unmute? What are you thinking about doing next year for your projects? You did chickens this year.
Probably a goat.
A goat.
Mhm.
Do you think you're going to do a meat goat, or do you think you'll do a packer dairy goat?
I don't know yet.
Okay. A goat, and do you think you'll do chickens again?
Yeah.
Okay. They're pretty good ones. We were saying earlier, Angie and I yesterday, Miss Bree came over and helped as well. We processed 75 chickens here at the house yesterday. So we're done with chickens for a little bit. In fact, 3 of the chickens that we processed were left over. They were friends of ours, fair chickens.
They were huge.
They barely fit in the cone, and they were like,
They had to have been 10 pounds after they were processed.
yeah, there was 10 pounds of meat.
They
They
were
were about
huge.
16 or 18-pound chickens. They were stupid big, to put it
Wow.
mildly. Okay. So the next thing, and like we said, we're going to be short, would be new members. So if you have any friends that are 4-H age, we would love to see some more folks sign up for 4-H. People can start to sign up in January, but you can start to talk about it now and tell them how much fun you've had in 4-H and how great of a club the Owensville Winners are and how wonderful your advisors are, that they should join our club. If they want to, they could contact Angie and I or any of the other advisors like the Bertzels or Miss Bree or
Grady.
Grady. Grady. The email address is owensvillewinners@gmail.com. Sign up start in January, and that's when you'll do your enrollment like every year until the middle of March. And
We don't know what meetings are going to look like
yeah,
yet.
hopefully we'll be able to meet in person, but if not, we'll keep doing it this way. If anybody wants to do animals that they haven't done before, especially sheep or goats, we've got a lot of folks in the club that know how to help out. If anybody has a wild hair and wants to do lambs, I can get lambs between Miss Bree and some folks that I know. We could get people into lambs really easy. Goats, we got some decent connections as well, but we would love, I think Owensville Winners had half the lambs at the fair last year. So if you got any inclination of showing a sheep, I can get you hooked up with a sheep for a pretty good price. Anybody else? Yeah.
Just as on a side note, how did breeding you a class go at fair this year?
You
Oh
talking
my
about the class that
gosh.
we were the champs on? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that went pretty well for the
How did
Owensville
Brady end
Winners.
up in that class?
Well,
Yeah.
we had a grand champion and a reserve champion.
Oh, okay.
There is a really big banner. AJ's got a really nice jacket for grand champion. Although I hear
So I
that
imagine next time Bree sees me, she'll probably punch me. So
she probably will. There,
Oh,
word on the street is that second place you might come back. So we'll see if the first place you comes back or not.
ooh,
We'll see.
showdown for round number 2. I
That's
like
right.
that.
That's right. We'll have a little fun with it. We'll see if a yearling you wins the fair next year. But in all seriousness, if you guys that are on the phone have any friends that want to do it or have ever talked about it, they don't even have to show big animals. They can certainly do any of the general projects or anything. But encourage your friends if they like it to come join us. Grady, you got anything else to add from Senior Fair Board? Are we going to get to have a fair next year?
Everything's looking right. As long as we get past this election, I guess everything might open up, is what everybody says. So
Fair
they're
Board
using that kind of as a battleground.
They didn't run out of money, did they?
No,
That's good.
no. We're I think we're about, between the donations and the $50,000 that we got from State Fair, I think we had to pony up about 15-20 grand. And from what that sounds like, that might get covered. So
well, that's well worth it to put on a junior fair. Everybody enjoyed it.
sure is.
Okay.
Is.
Anybody? Go ahead.
Just side note, you guys went to a couple open shows with the lambs and stuff. Havarillos and my 2 little girls have been hitting a couple of the open shows through that Southern Ohio Buckeye or Southern Ohio Showdown. So
Okay.
they've been getting a lot of good ring time and stuff like that. So
do they do any of those for non-beef stuff?
That I don't know. I know they're talking about. We're already in talks with as pork producers with the Buckeye Show Circuit to have an open hog show May 15th and 16th at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
And then possibly a showmanship and care clinic the weekend after.
Well, if things open up, we're going to try our best to do a time where we probably meet as a club at a farm,
Okay.
Possibly either our place or a friends of ours, so we can get a chance to get some kids on some animals, especially folks that are new to them.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the spring brings, but I know the more time you can get in the show ring ahead of the fair, the better you do. I think it made a really big difference for our boys this year, just having one extra show.
Right.
Ms. Bree, you got anything to add as a advisor? She's shaking her head.
No, not really. I mean, hopefully I'll have some pygmy goats if anybody's interested in that.
Okay.
And lamb open shows, if anybody else wants to start, we plan on hitting some of those this summer. So
I know the Cunninghams are going to hit a few more than we did last year. So we're looking forward to it. I think the Havarillos are there in the background. I don't know if they've got anything else. James or Eli, you guys want to add anything? You can shake your head or unmute if you got any questions or comments.
No.
No? All right.
I think that's about it.
Angie, you got anything else to say?
No.
No.
No? Okay. Well, with that, hang on. With that, I think, Libby, do you have anything to say? You can go ahead and wave. You're on camera. We have an assistant with us. Okay. Well, I think we'll end the meeting. This is our last one for the year. So happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see everybody for our January meeting. Hopefully we can do it in person.
Sweet.
Cool.
See you guys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.